Being an influencer online is no joke. Yes, it's said to be pretty easy work, but as Roman Atwood said, it isn't a problem until it's a problem. Atwood appeared on Impulsive, podcast by Logan Paul, as he returns to YouTube. He detailed the reasons why he had to leave the platform and spend an excessive amount of money to protect himself and his family. He spilled all the tea, so let's dive straight into it. First up, initial problems due to fame. Roman Atwood was at the top of his game back when he was in the game of daily vlogging. He and his family were amalgamating close to 5 million views per video every single day, which wasn't heard of or done before at this level with this consistency. Logan brought up the anxiety of placing your family for the entire world to see. It can't be easy, and Atwood confirmed that with every level of fame comes a new and unexpected set of problems. That includes the ones his children had to face. The first one he mentioned was the problems his children faced in public school. Public schools are a nightmare in general, and being a common face online doesn't help. Atwood said that just going to pick up the kids was a huge hassle, so they had to homeschool the kids, which does affect them socially. After that, he told Logan something pretty crazy. Atwood had hired police officers to stay outside his house 24/7. The entire county and fire department were always on alert for the entire family. Having cops on speed dial is not normal, but with fame comes new practices. If you thought that was crazy, it gets crazier. Next up, the FBI got involved, so the security and homeschooling type of stuff is pretty standard for the really popular celebs and influencers. But what Atwood revealed definitely raises some doubts about fame and if it's even worth it. Atwood explained that things took a darker turn when they had a stalker situation on their hands. That's why they were offline for so long. The FBI got involved and advised him to get off YouTube altogether. Before he continued, he issued a warning to the public. The FBI is watching you. Any hyped up person who's doing online stuff is already on the FBI radar. They're being watched and constantly monitored. So any shady stuff by the influencer or the viewers will be caught eventually because the FBI takes its time and works in crazy ways, and no one will have any clue throughout. Think twice about that prank call next time. Logan also confirmed that they'd been swatted a couple of times. A few years down the line, they'll catch any stalker or any troublemaker and give them a huge jail time. He said that if the FBI wants something, they get it no matter what it takes. Following that, let's talk about Atwood's situation. Atwood has been through a ton of crap and opened up about what he went through for the first time. He said he's had his fair share of stalkers throughout his career, but this one was just something else. The police weren't enough, so the FBI jumped in. Atwood said that one of the most painful aspects of it was that he just had to take it. He had to let the stalking happen, so he couldn't do anything about it but let the invader work his way, dig deep until the FBI could catch him. Just to paraphrase, the stalker could lock and unlock their cars, turn the light on and off, send pictures of all the cameras on the property, send dangerous threats to burn the house down or hang the family members, and he could even get into their personal accounts. Now, our accounts are pretty much empty, but that's some traumatizing stuff. Atwood said that he kind of knew who the stalker was, but he was strictly told to be patient throughout. But this is where he revealed that he spent about $1.5 million on just security alone. What? Coming up, what happened next? Thankfully, the team of stalkers was caught by the FBI, and the case is still going on. There are several felonies against the guy leading it all as well as the group, and they'll probably be paying a huge price for their action. Thank God. Now, Logan asked a question that we all honestly had. Why, Roman? He hasn't had any major controversies or been in any drama. His channel was pretty clean too. Atwood said that it can easily happen to anyone. He's never done something off on YouTube and still had to face a huge case online. Then, Mark, Logan's co-host, asked if the stalking had been done out of hate or obsession, and guys, it's insane. The stalkers were mostly in love with his wife, Brittany. They changed their insurance status, so sometimes they weren't safe financially, and they didn't even know it when they changed Brittany's marital status to single. Logan and Mark agreed that their significant others had faced issues as well. A guy drove a car into the fence of Logan's house with a cryptic message. The conversation is very important because the influencer's life is glamorized to the point of pure insanity. Having this information is just as important. As Logan said, once your face is online, it's there forever. Whether you do well or not, people will know you. Years from now, they'll walk up to you as adults and still recognize you. This is the exact definition of making a deal with the devil. Moving on, what's next for Atwood? With his audience now consisting of adults, they're diving into the podcast world. With time, they'll branch away from Ohio and make it mobile, taking their mics along with them. Atwood and his wife are both getting their helicopter license and will be buying a chopper for $700,000. Logan's not the only one who's jealous. They deserve some peace and fun now after the hell they went through. Now, moving on to other related news that might interest you. First up, Atwood's pranks almost got him blacklisted. Roman Atwood is known for his pranks and huge videos that would mostly be a hit with audiences. These videos would attract sponsorships and deals. One of his videos was a prank that involved the billion-dollar company Nissan. It's the video where he filled up his home with thousands of plastic balls. Sounds sounds insane, we know, but the video was originally meant to be produced for a Nissan Super Bowl commercial. A couple of days before the video was uploaded, Nissan called Atwood and asked him to put up their logo, but the mega YouTuber refused as it wasn't part of the deal. After the disagreement, Atwood decided to do the video alone, knowing that it would be a huge hit, and it was. The video received well over 90 million views. He told Nissan to keep their money, but they still had to pay him either way. Atwood jokingly negotiated a Nissan GTR, and they agreed, but it did get a lot of people fired, and they blacklisted him from the company. You win some, you lose some. Next up, Logan wants to box again, and Arnold Schwarzenegger compared him to who? After watching KSI and Jake Paul fight it out in the ring, the older Paul brother is eager to get back into the ring. He claims he'll fight anyone and was close to booking one with the infamous Andrew Tate. Bad idea, right? Well, he agreed and backed out. Now, in the recent episode of his podcast, he confirmed that he'll be returning to the boxing world soon. The thing is, Logan hasn't exactly done well in boxing, although he earned a lot from it, but the point remains that he hasn't won a single fight yet, and he's aiming to change that. With his new contract with WWE, it wasn't confirmed if he'll make the jump into the boxing world too, but he's looking to fight towards the end of the year in KSI's event. In another episode of Impulsive, Arnold Schwarzenegger compared the Paul brothers to Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, and it did not sit well with anyone. Ali and Tyson are legendary boxers that are essentially the fathers of the boxing world. To compare them to mere entertainers isn't the best way to go about it. Last up, Jake Paul confirms his next fight. Logan's younger troublesome brother has taken up boxing as a proper sport, while Logan took up different ventures. Jake has had 2 fights canceled, one with Tommy Fury and another with Hasim Rahman Jr. Since both of them didn't work out, he now announced that he'll be taking on UFC legend Anderson Silva in his latest fight this October. Silva has been considered a solid opponent for Jake after he defeated Bruno Machado and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. The 25-year-old agreed to set the weight at 187 pounds to be professional and avoid another cancellation. His longtime rival Dana White was asked about Jake's upcoming fight, to which he responded that he doesn't give 2 bleeps. He continued that Jake isn't in his sport, so he doesn't matter. However, he did say that Silva is old now, but is by far the most real competition for Jake. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of Atwood's FBI saga? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos. See you in the next one.